So I did get a chance to see Blood for Dust. I didn't get a chance to see it in the theater, but I did see it at home. I think it's a strong film. I think it's a type of film we haven't seen in a while. It's a quiet thriller. There's not a ton of action. It's not slick. It's not glossy. It's not a very Hollywood film. It's definitely an indie. But what do you get out of it? You get really strong performances. McNary, Harrington, they're both really, really good. Everybody's really, really good in it. Even the smaller parts. Nora Zehetner, we interviewed her on the red carpet. She plays McNary's wife. Unfortunately, she doesn't get a ton to do, but she is ever present in the film. She's the voice on the other end of the phone, and she's the reason why he's doing all this. They have a family. Their son has been ill, so the stakes are definitely there. You can see why he would do something so desperate as to, peddle drugs in the back of his car and work with this sketchy guy and Kit Harington. One of the things I really liked about it, it's a character study, and none of the characters, with save maybe Zehetner's character, are really black and white. They're very gray, sometimes a little bit more on one side or the other. But even Scoot McNairy, who's the guy that we're sympathizing with, he's not all on the level. Kit Harington, very, very shady. We can see from the get-go, this guy is not on the up and up. But McNairy's character, he's wise of that, but he's sort of forced to make a deal with the devil because he's in this desperate situation. He can't get a job. He's got to do something to earn money for his family. And he makes this bargain to try to make ends meet, which says a lot in terms of, the plight of people in this country. This is set in the 90s, but it could be set now. I think the 90s element, it does help in terms of the setting, and it gives you a world to be in. Also, I think it's just easier to do these types of movies in a world before internet and smartphones and things like that. There's a couple of instances, actually quite a few instances, where you see people talking on landline phones. He's talking on a payphone, things like that, which just gives it a great color. And it does give you this sense of a bygone era and the traveling salesman. But all in all, I would say it's a quiet thriller, very indie. If you're looking for the next superhero movie, this is not it. But I feel like there is probably an audience. I just hope it finds one. You see these films, and I don't know. I don't know if it will find a market for it, because these aren't really made anymore. It's probably something you'll see on streaming. I thought it was rather good. I thought I have a few complaints about it, but everything's really kind of minor. But very strong characters, strong acting, very good script. All the dialogue seemed very natural. The score is really good. The sound design gives you this really great atmosphere. And in those moments of action, you are surprised, which is not something most thrillers do now. You're kind of like, they're kind of overly set up. They're kind of telegraphed, but this one, some of the action comes out of nowhere. There's a little build to it, and then boom, it's quick, it's brutal, it's ugly, it's very realistic in some cases, and it gives you this feeling of tactile world. And what I was saying about the cold, this movie makes you feel cold. This movie has a real atmosphere to it where you feel like you're in a real situation. So if that's your thing, definitely would recommend it. I don't think this movie is going to be for everybody, but all in all, it's a recommendation for me.
This is the BTRP Media Network.